Hey, you ever wonder what life would be like without electricity? It's hard to imagine our modern world functioning without it. But for most of human history, people lived perfectly fine without the benefits of electric lighting, computers, or the all-important microwave oven. Sure, they might have had to walk everywhere, but at least they wouldn't have had to deal with traffic jams. But let's take this thought experiment a step further. What if electricity was never invented? Would our world even be recognizable? We tend to think of electricity as a modern invention, something we took for granted since, well, forever. But it wasn't actually that long ago that scientists didn't know how to generate or control it. In fact, many of the scientific principles behind electricity were discovered in the 18th century, during the so-called Age of Enlightenment. And one man played a key role in unlocking the secrets of the universe, quite literally. His name was Benjamin Franklin. And while he was certainly not the first scientist to study electricity, he was responsible for some of its most important early discoveries. One day in 1752, he decided to do an experiment with a key and a kite. Okay, maybe you've heard this story before. In case you haven't, here's how it goes. Franklin took a metal key, tied a string to it, and attached it to the top of a kite. Then he went out in a thunderstorm, opened the kite's tail, and let the string trail behind him as he ran. Eventually, the string connected with the cloud, and a bolt of lightning shot down the string and into the key. The result, a shocking discovery that lightning was actually a form of electricity. Franklin also developed one of the first electrical circuits using a simple battery made of copper and zinc. He used this primitive battery to power the first American electric motor, which consisted of 2 discs made of soft iron and a few electromagnets. He also experimented with electricity and light, famously stating, "There is a true saying, a rolling stone gathers no moss, but an idle mind never acquires knowledge." That's probably why he's the namesake of one of the most prestigious awards for scientific achievement, which is given annually to scientists who have made significant contributions to their field. He was also one of the founding fathers of the United States, helping draft both the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Not bad for a guy who shocked himself with electricity for fun. But despite these groundbreaking discoveries, Franklin never actually patented any of his inventions. In fact, he specifically instructed his friends not to patent anything he discovered. Why? Because he wanted the benefits of electricity to be shared by everyone. It's difficult to say whether or not the world would be recognizable without electricity. Certainly, there would be no smartphones or self-driving cars or computers that can predict what you'll watch next. But it's also likely that many of the other conveniences we take for granted today would never exist either. For example, the Haber-Bosch process, which uses electricity to combine nitrogen and hydrogen to make ammonia fertilizer, was invented in the early 20th century. Without electricity, this process and others like it would never have been developed, leading to widespread food shortages and famines, not to mention that many of the jobs we have today simply wouldn't exist. Think about it. Who would be the world's greatest YouTuber if there was no electricity? And let's face it, we're pretty great. So it's a good thing electricity exists. Just don't get zapped like poor Benjamin here. Thanks for watching this SCI Show video, and thanks to a university for supporting this series. Their mission is to make science and engineering accessible to everyone. They offer thousands of free online courses in more than 100 languages. Plus, their science interactives are a great way to learn more about the world around us. Learn more below.